mean, we here. Thank God for another Sunday, August 6, 2023, year of our Lord. It's high off the glass. I'm OThaGreat. How y'all living? Yo, I am joined today. I have my co-host, my brother, Coach Damon is in the house. Coach, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. You know what I'm saying? And we are joined we have the return, ladies and gentlemen, of the Canadian King, Mr. Expect the Unexpected himself, Mr. Saki. He is back in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Saki, everybody. Let's welcome him back. Let's welcome the Canadian King. What's up, bro? With his signature, yay. I love it. How you doing? How come we can't see you, bro?
Give me a second. I was scrolling through some Twitter feed.
Okay. That's what's up.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. There it is. How are you living, sir?
I'm doing good. How was your weekend?
Oh, my God. My weekend was amazing. I just want to start it, but we're going to jump into it. Saki, you know the rundown. I gave you the rundown for the show. Coach Damon's in the house. You know the rundown for the show. I gave you that. We talked about it. What is it? I appreciate your enthusiasm, Coach Hill. We know how you do. But, yeah, first and foremost, I have to say thank you to my friend Miss Veronica, who told me about we had the naked bike ride here in St. Louis. I guess yesterday was World Naked Bike Ride Day. Are y'all doing that in Canada, Saki? He's in Canada, by the way, in Manitoba.
I'm gonna say no. We got a long weekend up here for Terry Fox, and that's us up here right now.
What's Terry Fox?
Terry Fox is a guy who ran for cancer research way back in the day. He was a victim of cancer, and he was going across Canada to raise money for cancer research. So he was running across Canada, and he only had, I believe he only had like one leg at the time. He lost the other to cancer.
Oh.
And unfortunately, he lost his life to cancer before he completed the journey. And Canada honors him by having a Terry Fox Day. So all the kids in school, they have Terry Fox Day. They run for, charity and awareness and all that kind of stuff.
Dang! So y'all have a national holiday just devoted to this one dude who had cancer that tried to run across Canada.
I would like to say that, but yeah, I believe there was an older holiday, and then we changed it to Terry Fox Day. Because you know what? That's some old school shit. Let's give it to Terry Fox. Okay. Terry Fox is the man.
That sounds more like it. I like that. That's commendable. That's hard.
What city and what province?
Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Winnipeg.
Yep. That's where Saki's at.
So are you a Blue Bombers fan?
Damn right, I'm a Blue Bombers fan.
See, I knew you have something to say.
They got some nice uniforms.
That makes me happy that someone else from outside Canada can actually say Blue Bombers. I was like, what? What? Did somebody just say that?
Well, a lot of people don't know that. What is it? 25 to 35% of the population in the whole country is outside of Toronto, Ottawa, and Montreal. Outside of that, that's like 80% of the population, and like the other provinces is like 25 to 30%, something like that.
I would say we're a little bit higher because Calgary and Edmonton they've got some high population, but Toronto's definitely and Montreal definitely got high population. I'm a little under a million myself just for being in Winnipeg.
What's the furthest west that you've been in the country?
Furthest west? In Vancouver.
Vancouver's the furthest west. Yeah. Anything northwest?
The best province, BC, baby.
Anything northwest? Like past?
The farthest north I've ever been was northern Manitoba. And that was a long time ago, which I very, very vaguely remember.
But we both know it was very cold.
Oh, it's always cold as shit. Hell yeah, man. Winnipeg,
northern Manitoba, that's very cold.
Yeah. We're normally in the winter, we're one of the coldest places on the planet, like next to Siberia and some other place in Russia. Yeah. We top the charts.
What does it get to? What's the lowest it gets to?
There's times where we've hit -50, below -50.
No. Is that degrees? But you're different. You don't do degrees like we do.
That's Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So it's colder.
So I wonder what -50 in degree was calculate from Celsius to degrees. I wonder what that is.
Now I'm assuming that you are over 40 plus, right?
Oh yeah, I'll be 41 this year.
Describe.
Congratulations.
Describe the feeling or the attitude of the city from the time the Jets left to the time when the Jets came back.
I couldn't speak too highly on that because I wasn't in the city for some of that.
Oh, okay.
But I could speak to when they came back, and I could tell you that it was fucking bumping.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I remember reading an article about them when they came back.
Winnipeg Jets, the hockey team, right?
Right.
Where they
Yes, sir.
they left and came back, so they're back there now. Yeah.
Oh, they didn't really leave and come back because the original franchise was the Winnipeg Jets, and then they moved to Arizona, the Arizona Coyotes.
Oh.
And then Winnipeg, when we got back, we actually bought the team from Atlanta, which is actually better for Winnipeg because the Coyotes had a huge fucking debt and the team was shit and blah blah blah. And Atlanta was a better prospect and it was cheaper.
Yeah.
So we bought the Atlanta Thrashers. So we actually bought their history. So when you talk about the Winnipeg Jets, you're actually talking about the Winnipeg Jets / Atlanta Thrashers.
Right.
But Atlanta
the old school '80s is actually part of the Arizona Coyotes.
Oh, that's fucking dope. But the Thrashers weren't around that long, were they?
No, they were also a franchise team. I believe they were also bought from somebody else.
Yeah. Oh, they were bought from somebody. That's cool. And what is it? I don't understand. I guess maybe they can't support their team in Phoenix, but it's just like they had the great one running it. And nobody
wanted it, man.
They got hockey in the desert. Nobody wants that.
Man, they are assed out over there.
I know one thing though.
The people didn't want it. The city of Arizona didn't, or the city of Phoenix didn't want it. The state of Arizona didn't want it, but Bettman still wanted to be like, "Yep."
Yeah, why do they still force Gary? That's why Gary Bettman's an idiot. Like he's not that smart.
The Jets got some of the flyest uniforms in sports. No matter what sport, they got some of the flyest uniforms.
Bro, when we think hockey jerseys, I'm sorry, Winnipeg is not the first thing that pop up. Shit, you know this. Like, for real. I can think of a plethora of different jerseys, at least 3 right now.
They look better than Winnipeg.
Chicago,
Nope.
Boston, and fucking Canucks. Yes, sir. Especially the old school Canucks, the 80s when it was orange and black. Fuck out of here. Look,
are you telling me? Are you talking about a nasty ass V? That was.
I liked it.
That was a
horrible
jersey.
It was the one that was orange and black, and it was
that's the one with the
lines.
V.
Man, that motherfucker was hard.
It's hot. Don't get me wrong, but the Jets' new uniform now when they came back, that royal blue and red with the silver.
Yeah,
man, that uniform is hot as hell.
Word. I got to see that joint.
That uniform is super hot.
All right, so since you asked earlier. Saki, my weekend was great. Did the world naked bike ride yesterday here in St. Louis. There was something going on, I guess, all across the world. The shit I know was going on across the country. Of course, I was not naked. I was out there with my Black Lives Matter shirt. Had my thing I was representing, and the shit was dope. I'm not gonna lie. It was a gang of fucking people. The riders were nice. The people on the sides of the road, like, I really got to give them props. Like, the people that were just watching us ride, it was a gang of people, like, on the sides, like it was a parade, like we were doing a race. Like, bro, it felt like the Tour de France, Saki. Like,
you ain't gonna watch some scattered ass all over the fucking road. I mean, I'm gonna be looking at that too.
I hear you, because I mean, and that's what everybody was looking at. Everybody was looking at the naked folks. It was so funny seeing kids that did not know this was going on, or people that did not know this was going on, and try to avert their eyes from all the naked people. It was hilarious. But I just gotta say, major shout out to the people who put this together. Major shout out to the cool writers and the tremendous and just the love from the people that were watching. These people were cheering. I thought I was in a Tour de France. They passing us water, beer, alcoholic drinks, like whatever. Like it was shots.
That's not a Tour de France. That's a Tour de Ghetto.
No, well, maybe with that stuff.
Passing out beer.
They do, and it was good beer though. And I'm talking about the shit. I mean, the shit was dope. And I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. I'm gonna say this to you, gentlemen, and we could jump on these topics. If you all ever get the opportunity to ride around your city where you live at, if you're able, do it, because number one, you drive and you can't really look around like that. When you riding your bike, you can ride and look around and peep your shit, you know what I'm saying? And it was just so beautiful seeing the different dichotomies of people all throughout the city, the different races, the different cultures, you know, all these different folks, you know what I'm saying, that were out there, you know, and represent different neighborhoods of St. Louis. Like, the shit was beautiful.
Did you forget my old profession, what I used to do for a living? I used to ride around the streets of St. Louis every day.
How would I know that?
For 10 hours a day.
How would I know that? You used to ride, you used to deliver stuff on bike? What are you talking about?
I delivered mail. And I saw these people daily.
Yeah.
I don't want to see them. I'm cool.
Well, that's you. But I'm telling you,
I've seen enough of them.
It's dope. All right, so Saki, we won't get into it. What is it? We want to get into it with you, man. We didn't get to talk about this last time you was on. So tell me, like, where did your love for cannabis and all that? Where'd that come from, man? As you hit your bong, do your shit. But like, we talked about, you know, all your other stuff, your origin story. But where did your love for cannabis come from, and where did that start?
Well, I can say the very first time I smoked weed, I think I fell in love, but I didn't know what I was actually doing. I was being babysat by my cousin Donna, and she was smoking weed, and I just saw her hitting a bong, and she had I remember the bong because it was an orange neon plastic see-through, like it's not acrylic, but it was like a plastic bong, and it was orange, it was neon.
Right.
And I was just fascinated by watching the smoke and hearing the bubbles. I was young. I think I was only 7 or 8 at the time. I was just a baby. Okay. And she was getting high as shit. And I was like, I want to try it. Because I thought it was like a toy. I didn't really understand. So
right.
She was like, no. Obviously, she's not going to. She was kind of responsible, not really.
Even though she's blowing in front of you and you 7 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck?
Oh, yeah. Like, she did the full-on half-bake. Shotgun, little buddy. Blew it right in my face.
Oh, shit.
And I remember just
at 7
of like. I was 7 or 8. I don't remember. I think I was closer to 8, maybe even closer to 9.
That's child abuse.
It is.
It was. But anyway, well, she was only like 11 at the time. So she wasn't.
Oh, damn.
She was just in charge. But either way.
Hey, wait, what? You burying the lead, my dude. She was 11, blowing.
Well, no, she was a 12. Yeah, no, she started young too. Yeah.
12 years old, blowing.
Oh yeah, 12. That makes a big difference.
Right? The fuck are we doing?
It's really acceptable. She was 12.
You know, we Americans, my dude.
Okay,
I
cut it off at 11.
I'm gonna go ahead and say she was 12, possibly 13, because she is a bit older than me.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
But this is someone also I haven't spoke to in years, because this is a cousin that was by marriage, and then that marriage fell through, so we're not related no more. So there's no blood in this.
I feel you. Okay, so she blew it in your face, and what did that feel like?
Like I'm saying, I just remember the feeling of like I guess it was more the feeling of the smoke blowing over me than the actual high. But I just remember because she did it a few times. I was in there. She was hotboxing in the bathroom. So and if you've ever hotboxed in the bathroom with a bong, that smoke, when you blow some smoke, that fucking cloud sticks around for a minute.
No doubt.
So I was sitting there. So I was high as shit while she was smoking. But anyways, I remember when the door opened and I'm walking out and I was watching the smoke and I was like, that's awesome. But just feeling the air and everything hit me after the hotbox, and I remember going straight down and drinking my juice. And I can't remember, I think it was having Cheetos, Puffs, and there was a couple other snacks. And I remember it was just the fucking greatest feeling ever. It was like,
What year was this?
Ninja Turtles. This was 89?
Okay. Had to be because you're talking about Ninja Turtles, hell yeah.
Yeah, this would have been 88, 89, somewhere in there. Yeah, 90. It would have been before 90. Could have been possibly been the 90s, but I don't think I was that old.
Right.
Because I was born in 82, and I'm thinking it was around 8. Yeah, so it was about 89 or 90. It was around that.
And you said that when you went downstairs to eat, the snacks were just amazing.
Yes. I didn't go downstairs. Sorry, it was down the hall. But
yeah.
It was. I remember the spread. I remember the feel of the carpet. I remember I was like, I can still like put my hands out now and I remember feeling the carpet because it was one of those brown, orange, and yellowy carpets. You know what I'm talking about? It was kind of like a beige rug. It was like just the feel of it.
Wow.
I can't explain it as well as I can remember feeling it, but just put my hands on it and be like, and then just laying down on my back, kind of just rolling around like
you
a dog.
You were high as shit.
Oh yeah, I was fucking gone. I was gone, man. And I didn't know that I was high, but I remember coming down because I passed right the fuck out. I burnt out hard. I just normal like nap time for me. But every time after that, saw that orange bong, I associated that feeling of like eating that food, how great it was, and the fun I had on the carpet playing with Ninja Turtles, watching TV, all that shit. Just remember how much more awesome everything was after I saw that orange smoking device.
Right.
So yeah, I got addicted to that. After she came and babysat a few more times, I was like, you got to get high. I'm sitting in there with you.
Damn. So that was like your ritual. Like every time she was there, you was in there with her.
Oh yeah. Like anytime I caught on quick because like the smell and everything else, I pick up on that quick, right? I sort of assume the adult, you know who the adults are, who's going where, when they're going for a walk, if they're going to go check out something in the garage, all that shit. It's like, oh yeah. bullshit. You getting high and I'm going with you.
Yeah.
You can't say no.
Oh my God. Now, how do you look at that, Saki? Do you look at that as, okay, maybe that was a form of child abuse, or they were just exposing me to something really dope at a young age, or they fucked up?
I wouldn't call it child abuse just because it was a child watching a child. If it was child abuse, it would have been someone older. Someone that would have had more idea of what they were doing.
But it was adults that left. It was adults that left a child in charge of a child. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't blame them.
Not really.
Not
well,
really.
yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah. Okay. But like, you don't regret it at all at the age you were exposed to it.
Hell no. I didn't start smoking heavily until I was 15 or 16. But I remember that was my first experience. Hell
Okay.
yeah.
That's what's up. And that's what led to the love of it. I mean, I understand. I didn't associate with the plant at that young age, but I mean, here's the thing. We can say, hey, that's child abuse and this, that, and the third, and we could be wrong. And I mean, we could be right. But also, and real quick, if you want to chime in on this conversation, 515-599-1687, 515-599-1687. You can call in. We're taking calls. 515-599-1687. Call My City, My Music. But, also, too, they give THC to children that are cancer patients because it helps them. I mean, and they give them a.
This ain't that.
True, you're right.
Ain't that?
You sure right. But think about it though. They're giving them the form of the plant in a pill or in a liquid. They're giving them the plant in that form. It's just
also vape masks. There's girls with autism that they'll stop having a seizure.
Yeah.
And they'll stop flipping out. Girls are like, I don't know what it's called, but they hit themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's
called.
I don't know,
but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, but they put on the mask and they get a few hits of weed and then they just chill right the fuck out. Then they're happy, they're dancing, they're singing, going right back to being a kid again, opposed to having a fit and hurting themselves.
That's beautiful. And then so that leads to this. Like this leads to this with me, Coach. What do you look at this with that? Like, where do you? I know you don't have a problem with giving medicine, giving cannabis to kids in the medicine form that they they need. But like, when do you think is the right age for a child? Yeah, let's call it what it is, for a child to be exposed to cannabis.
Oh, never at that young age. No, I'm under the firm belief to myself that teenagers, no matter what you are going through, teenagers, I always look at it like cannabis is for people with issues.
Yeah.
Grown people and people with actual medical issues. To just be in it, to like what happened in the mid 90s. What happened from like 93 from like 93 to about 2015, that generation, where there was a lot of people who just got into marijuana just because of what they were hearing on songs and things like that. But in true form, it's like, you're just a regular teenager. You really don't have issues to the point where you have to be getting high. You're trying to lay your foundation for your adult life.
Wow, so you don't even think teenagers should smoke?
No.
Seriously?
Because what issues do you really have as a teenager?
You got a ton of issues as a teenager. What are you talking about?
It seems like that. What I mean is this.
Am I wrong, Saki? What
Unless
the fuck?
You don't have real situations.
I'm just going to disagree, but just from the coming out of the point that you can only smoke if you got problems or if you got issues. Right. I'm saying you can smoke it from a spiritual aspect as well.
There you go. Finish, Coach.
What I mean is, when people when people just get into it just because of a fad type issue, or like comparing it to when we first get into
ready to put that under the pillow, Michael.
When you first get into drinking, and there are certain drinks that you drink when you first get in, you don't just jump right into cognac. There's different ways that you
could be if you're exposed to it. If your friends was drinking, if your pops drunk it.
Normally, the way things go,
the first thing I ever had was scotch.
Right. Because he saw it in the house.
What I'm saying is, true enough, you do go off what's in the house. But when you first really just get out on your own and start drinking, you don't really go for hard liquor. We start off with beer, kind of Swedish type drinks like MD 2020. That was that even though it was wine, it's sweet.
That's what I started with, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't start with beer because I didn't like the taste of beer at first. I
But
started
it's
with
like
hard
building
shit.
blocks though.
Yeah.
But no one really.
So what do you consider like margaritas and things like that? Because I know a lot of people that start with hard, but they started with it mixed.
He's trying to make a point with this.
They're not drinking straight
like margaritas
are
light
make
drinks.
a point. Yeah.
Margaritas are light drinks.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about just like you getting in the game and you just straight shots of tequila, you're learning the hard way. Then
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what's your point?
What I mean is, you should really only be an adult when you are partaking in cannabis and THC.
I disagree.
When you first are getting into it.
I do too.
Yeah. I'm just saying, as far as when you getting into it for a fad type deal,
Yeah.
like teenagers do,
Yeah.
you don't need to do that because when you're a teenager, we all know the effects of marijuana. Marijuana puts you in a chill state.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
You're really on some relaxed type shit.
Yeah.
You don't need to be like that when you're a teenager. When you're a teenager, you need to learn how to go out and get it, hustle, grind. You don't need to be chilling and sitting back.
Yeah. Okay.
That promotes laziness.
Yeah. Okay.
And you don't need that between the ages of 14 to 18. It's a lot of bad decisions you can make.
Okay.
Especially being high as a teenager, because you already don't have the mental capacity to make good decisions anyway.
Right. Right.
So when you couple that with being high at that age, you're gonna fuck up.
Okay,
a lot.
You know what? I agree with you only to a certain extent. And Saki, I'll let you say your point after this. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Sir, you are supposed to be on your. I'll be honest with you, man. You know when you a teenager, I don't think your job is to be on your grind. What your job is to figure out this thing called life and to figure out how your body is changing, because your body's changing in ways that you're not expecting, and you're just trying to deal with. Okay, now when your parents talk to you, it doesn't sound all loving and caring like it did before. Now it sounds like they don't like you. Your teachers, before when you was younger, they used to talk to you like they cared about you and your education. Now they just talk to you like all they give a fuck about is their job. And you got all these different things that's coming at you, and you need money for shit because you're sick of wearing whatever the fuck. So you want to dress and look fly. So you got all these different issues, and not to mention the fact that you could be hyperactive. You know what I mean? You could be a hyper person as is. You could be whatever the fuck. So to me, cannabis at no matter what the age, you know what I'm saying? Because I think they're even giving it to babies now that may need it. To babies, they're giving it. I don't know what the age is now. At the age that Saki had it, I disagree with that. And in that level now, but if Saki was in a hospital, you know what I'm saying, and was given, you know what I'm saying, I agree with that. But he had it like that. It started a love for him, and I get it. I had it when I was in 10th grade, and it was a fad. I don't want to say fad. No, fuck that. I'm keep it real. It was a fad thing. My boy was doing it, so guess what? I was doing it. We skipped school and we went by the ice rink right by the fucking high school and we blew. And I was like, this shit is dope. You know what I'm saying? Now, was I ahead from that point on? No, but like I still had it. You know what I'm saying? And when my mother caught me with it, I was shocked at how cool she was about it. I thought she was gonna kill my ass, but she was cool. But I slowed down because you're right. I had to focus and I had to do my school shit and I had to do this. But it also calmed me down and made me realize all that ancillary shit that I look at is not that big a damn deal. The only thing that's the most important is me being comfortable with my body.
And you're an outlier.
Me being comfortable with my body and me trying to, do something in school. You know what I'm saying? So
and what I'm saying
that's why that's why I ain't never had no problem with
that
it.
particular situation is an outlier. The majority of the time,
I think that's the majority, fam.
Like
I think
there are so many kids out here that I saw myself. Like I was stating before, from my prior profession, I'm seeing them daily. And when you get to a point where you're blowed, you already don't like school,
right?
And then you like, oh man, I don't give a fuck about going to school today. Next thing you know, a whole month then went past.
I hear you. But see, that to me, oh, I think we got a caller. Oh shit, I think we got a caller. Just, is that your phone? No. Let's see what's up with this caller.
Call from.
Hello. You are calling
To
high
accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello, you're calling high off the glass. Who is this? Hello.
Is this Overtime Studio?
It is. Are you trying to get a hold of Justin?
I'm just trying to Yeah, reform for I like the studio.
We doing a live show. You need to call Just directly. All right, deuces. What's the name? Finish your point.
My point was pretty much finished. So
Okay. Yeah, I just you're right, because there are those kids that will use marijuana and just not do shit and get unmotivated and da 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 da. And to me, that's a personal problem. Like marijuana didn't do that to me. It didn't make me unmotivated.
No, what I mean
like,
is,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to fucking.
We're saying that at that particular juncture, when you are a young male at that age in that high school stage, you're very for the most part very undisciplined. You have not learned discipline yet. The ones that have learned discipline, they excel in high school. The ones that have not, they struggle.
You sure right?
We struggled because I didn't have discipline in high school. But if I was smoking, combined with that, I wouldn't have graduated.
But you was though.
I wasn't smoking in high school.
You were?
No, I didn't start smoking until I got into college.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh wow, you just threw me for a loop. Saki, what's your take on this, brother?
Well, yeah, I would say I disagree, because I've seen from the other side, I've seen people that smoke to balance out, and like I said, from a spiritual aspect, there's lots of people that I know that smoke just on spiritual things, like through peace pipes and whatnot, but they won't smoke tobacco. They'll only smoke herb. Damn right. And it's just because it feels like for them, it gets them into a spiritual spot. So I know people that when they're going with their aunts or either any kind of elder during a smoking smoking ceremony, they smoke just to get high, do the ancestor thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that completely.
We know different religions that do that and cultures.
When it's done from a cultural or spiritual aspect, that's completely understandable. But
they could be teenagers. There could be teenagers doing it.
That's completely.
Oh, that's different. That's different.
When it's done from
listen to Osaki. That's different.
When it's done from a cultural and a spiritual standpoint, that's completely different than me and a couple of my boys finna go get a bag.
But that could be the same fucking thing though, because look, I know Native Canadians, right, up in Canada. They live in BC. This is my family, and they did two different ways. They would blow for religious for their religious spiritual purposes, like Saki's saying, and they would also recreationally blow. And it would be a gang of us going to go get some green. One of the best times I had in my life was being in Seychelles, BC, being in Vancouver, BC, with these people. Though. And I mean, the shit was beautiful.
You weren't a kid though.
I was in my early 20s. No. It was before I even.
But even saying the word kid though, I mean, it doesn't really base it down on kids. There's like obviously kids if they're under 12 or whatnot, but it also comes down to a level of maturity. Because I know a lot of people that smoke and they're like, I be getting high, and obviously I would offer, and they'd be like, no, not right now. I'm gonna get. I got schoolwork to get done. I got to go to work after, blah, blah, blah. And they would say no. They did that whole just say no shit. They'd still get high sometimes with us, but they'd still get their shit done first. They'd handle their business.
It's different strokes for different folks. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, on that same counterpoint, though, I also knew kids that did just get fucking brain dead, stupid. They'd get high and that's it. They would completely go tone deaf. Right. They just stare out into space. They couldn't do shit. They just wanted eat and watch cartoons. And I understand that aspect,
and that's who coaches talk about.
I'm not saying this about y'all, but I don't want people to get it twisted, because people like that. And I just had this conversation with somebody the other day when they try to throw up that gateway drug bullshit. And I've always tried to tell people.
I thought that's where you was going with it.
Hell no. Because I know marijuana is not a gateway drug, because it's always upon that person's choice. Like I can only use myself as an example.
Exactly.
Me, I never in my life wanted to taste any other thing, ever. Like, never know, like on some experimental. Damn, I wonder what that. It's like, if you already know what it do, why the fuck would you want to try it?
I disagree. There's different drugs out there I'd like to try. Always have like.
I'm talking about the main two. Let me put it like that. The main two that you really don't want to get attached to: cocaine and heroin.
Oh shit! I tried blow before. Blow is the shit.
No,
blow is that.
No, I would say methamphetamines and heroin.
Well, if you're talking about the movie,
I'm scared of both of them. I'm scared of both of them.
But my point being,
I'm scared of both of them.
My point being is mentally, it's
dope though.
Just because we smoke cannabis, what we're trying to get the rest of society to see and understand and feel is that it's not going to make you try something else. Not cannabis.
Preach.
Now, anything within your mental capacity, your medulla oblongata, is going to determine whether or not you try another drug. because that's up to that person's decisional value. I mean, if you think within yourself, I want to try some cocaine, I want to try some crack, I want to try some heroin, I want to try some meth, that's on you.
Yeah.
But if you already know the effects of it going in,
right,
you already know the choice and the challenge that you making, even when you try to go for that first hit or whatever, first sniff.
Right.
We Cannaibis, she's completely different.
True.
And knowing that, it's like, that's why it's like, man, I ain't never wanted to try nothing else.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel you. That makes sense. What is it? I get it, and that, different strokes for different folks. But I think we covered that topic well enough. That's what we talk about on Cannaibis, and this is what we talk about on High Off the Glass. We get into these deep cannabis conversations, and I love doing it. That's that's a part of the show, and the main reason why I started this show, because the more we talk about this shit, the quicker the stigma falls, because people get their personal feelings out. Because I never thought you would say someone in high school age should not smoke. That's great. And as much as
I've seen the effects of it.
I feel you.
And I was around. I know.
Let's move on.
And
we
touched
like
when
it.
the boom hit.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that,
there you go. Jump into it.
What particular strain are you smoking right now? Anyway, is that dispensaries that?
Oh, me, I'm smoking some of the Best Friend's finest. It came in a 204 bag.
Oh, there you go.
And it is called Divinity.
That's what's up.
I believe. I don't know if I'm actually saying that right.
What's the THC?
But, yeah. This one, I'm part of the Dirty 30s club, so everything is above 30.
Bet. Everything above 30.
We might be related.
Shit.
I like that. Everything about the Dirty 30 club.
All right, you gonna ask
30,
me?
30,
I mean, what the fuck? Are you gonna say yours? Come on, keep going.
I mean, what I'm smoking on right now.
The fuck?
It's very nice.
Do you remember the name of it? You don't even remember.
Nah, but it's very nice.
Okay, yeah, because you look like it too. What I am blowing on right now, since you ain't gonna ask me, what is it? I got. Well, actually, I'm on my Skywalker OG pen right now because we got kids here, so I can't.
You know about Skywalker OG?
Oh hell yeah,
That's some good shit.
Yeah, it is. It is, especially in
mix
pen
that with
form.
like Stormtrooper. If you've had that, that's a good off strain of it.
I had
That's
some
solid
Skywalker in Windsor,
When I think Windsor,
Ontario.
oh, that's what's up.
Ontario.
When I smoke this, I feel like I got the force, so I love it. And then I got just picked up from my homie Big J. I got Pink Runts, which I'm excited about, and Electric Kool-Aid. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I'm about to fuck both of them up. But look, moving on. I love this show that we got here because we are about to jump into our basketball portion of the show. So we got to talk. Coach brought it to my attention. The enshrinees for this year's Hall of Fame going where? Where they going? Oh shit! Where the fuck they going? They going to Springfield, Massachusetts. Goddamn it! Damn right. The greatest basketball city in the fucking world, because that's where it was invented. Nobody can fuck with us. Springfield, Mass forever.
I just found out. I just found out the winner of the FIBA tournament gets what they call the Naismith Trophy.
Oh shit! For real? That's what they call it? Oh, major shot. I like that. That's a beautiful name. All right, so man, let's. Do you know? I want to like go down the list for enshrinees. And Saki, you jump in at any point when you want to add something to this basketball joint. We're going to talk about the people that are going into this year's Hall of Fame. You probably gonna know some of these folks. Do you know them by? You got a committed?
I don't have all of them, but the 76.
Can you look them up?
The 76 women's Olympic team. Becky Hammond, Greg Popovich, Pau Gasol, Nowitzki, Dwayne Wade, Gene Katie, Gene Bess, and that's it.
All right, that's what's up. That's the whole thing. I thought I saw a Gasol.
Is it Pau Gasol?
Okay. Why is he? I thought he was already in. He just now getting in? I don't get that. Huh.
I mean, just now getting in. It's like first year eligibility.
Is it? Yeah. Why am I confused? What am I? I already thought he He was already in. But major shout out to all of them, and I think the highlight, of course, of this year is going to be Flash, also known as D Wade, and Paul Gasol, and you said Pop's going in, right?
Popovich, Dirk Nowitzki.
Oh shit,
Becky Hammond.
Man, this class is loaded. This is a loaded ass class. You know
Speaking
what
of which, the Aces and the Liberty are playing right now.
Okay, tell me what the, real quick. I got to slide into this. The WNBA is so poorly reported. You know what I'm saying? It's so poorly reported. Why are the Mercury only 7-20 this year? I don't understand that.
I think they're on a good team because the Aces and the Liberty both got dream teams.
But they got BG back, and BG's probably not in basketball shape, so that makes kind of sense.
League.
But they got
BG ain't never ran the league.
But she one of the top players. She one of the top players.
Is almost 40.
You said, huh?
And Diana Taurasi is almost 40.
And major shout out to Diana too for she just got 10,000 points, 19 years in the league. But so major shout out to her. Where is it at? I gotta give.
Yeah, but Brittany Griner ain't never ran the WNBA.
Brittany Griner was the top player in that fucking league.
I didn't say she wasn't the top player.
Major shout out to Taurasi for just getting 10K points. But explain this to me too. How you been in the league, Saki? I think you could probably got an answer for this. How you been in the WNBA, a professional basketball league, for 19 years, and you just now getting 10K points?
You know how many games they play? They don't play them.
That's it. Okay. Now I was just like, what the hell? Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Sometimes
to go back to your original question,
you got to say dumb shit out loud so you get a good answer.
The whole problem with the WNBA, has been stated by my good buddy Mr. Bill Burr, is the W. That's the problem. Women.
I was about to make some Bill Burr references.
Women do not support the WNBA.
Wow, that's funny.
That is the problem.
Women do.
No, they don't.
Women do.
Women do not support the WNBA.
Not all women.
The way they are supposed to be supporting the WNBA.
Yeah.
They do not. On no level.
Yeah.
Women preach all of this stuff, and I don't want to come off as
this is not even where I was trying to go with it, because the league is actually is.
I'll take it there.
No, what I'm saying is this.
I don't want to come off as
if
both of y'all. We can, but they're at the highest level right now that they've ever been at.
No, okay, but what
you
I mean
know, viewership wise, for real.
I don't want to seem like as if I'm being misogynistic or anything, but if women who preach sisterhood the way they do, backing each other up as sisters, if they really practice that, the WNBA would be just as big as the NBA.
That's true,
because they would have. You ever seen Oprah promoting the WNBA?
Nope.
And she's a billionaire.
You sure, right?
She's the most powerful voice in journalism. But WNBA games don't come on. They used to come on Lifetime.
No, you know what? I think she did.
They used to come on Lifetime.
She did do a promo for the WNBA one time.
She should be doing a promo all the time.
Yeah, but she's done it before. I remember
her.
I remember.
Martha Stewart. Any woman who is big,
say Stewart did
whose name is big.
1 year. Yep.
Even the women whose name who have all kinds of money.
And
right. People don't know about it. They
valid point.
All be pushing money toward the WNBA.
Valid point. Saki hit it.
I forgot where my point was because I was laughing about Oprah.
It's understandable.
This goofy ass dude. But yeah, I think you make a good point, Coach, about that with that league. But I also think that league is disgustingly unreported. I think they underreported on.
That's because of women.
But I want to know more what's going on with that team. I want to know.
I'm sorry.
Well, they do have a show called WNBA Weekly.
It's not as fast.
They do have a show called WNBA Weekly. It comes on NBA TV.
But that's not what I mean. But go ahead, Saki. Go ahead, Saki.
I was gonna say the reason that the WNBA sucks is because it's not, sorry, I don't want to say sucks. But
it doesn't suck.
It's nowhere near. I was going to say it doesn't suck. Is nowhere going to ever be as popular as the NBA is not because it's the women. It's because it is women only. I mean, sorry, it's the
game.
It's slower.
It's the game. Yeah.
You can't like we want to see people the speed that we're accustomed to watching.
Yeah.
You can't take that away and to say like, oh, go and watch the weaker shit. It's like, sorry, no, I can't do that. It's the same reason I don't watch shitty wrestling anymore. Now I only watch good wrestling, because I can't I'm gonna call everything out as I'm watching it, and I don't want to do that. When I watch sports, any kind of sports, I want to watch it at that intense level. That's why I'm watching it. Yeah. If I'm watching, it's just it's if I'm watching an all women's league, it's like when I'm being asked to go watch a buddy's kids play. Like, yeah, sorry, I'm happy to support your kid, but I don't really want to go and watch them play. That shit's not entertaining. It's like, I want to.
Saki, you know I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying because you're comparing the biggest. You're comparing NBA to the WNBA. That's not fair. You're comparing men to women. You can't really do that. You have to take it out of it because they're, it's women. It's a different gender. They can't, physically they can't do what we can do. So and that's not their fault at all. That's just how God made each of us. But to me, the games watch the two best teams in the WNBA play, Saki, or good teams in the WNBA, or you watch them in the playoffs, you'll see a better game that you expect. I promise you. But if you expect, I don't know,
like Chicago doesn't even watch their team play. They just won the championship, did they not?
The Chicago. I've seen the videos. Vegas just won the championship, and the Chicago Sky won before that. And thank you. That was a beautiful segue that you didn't even mean to do, because that's my freaking problem. This is why I say that league is underreported. Candace Parker plays for the Sparks, wins championships with the LA Sparks. I think she took a hiatus from basketball, I think, to have her daughter, and does media, doing TV media, sports, basketball, and was really good at it. Then she comes back to hooping. She shows up with the Chicago Sky, her hometown team you just mentioned, wins a championship with them the first year she's with them. Wins the championship, and then bolts, I think the year after or 2 years later, and just goes to the Aces, who just won a championship the year before, and when you weren't there. Like, so you on some, and she literally did what KD did, but just minus the championship because KD didn't win in OKC. She did some KD type shit, and ain't nobody talking about it.
She's at the end of her career.
I know, but why did you leave your hometown team and you had just won with them?
Because the team was falling apart.
You're assuming that.
No. I think didn't they lose I think they had lost Vandersloot, if I'm not mistaken, on the guard, and it was like, okay.
Did they? Because I don't know. Nobody has said shit.
Yeah, because like I'm saying, Chicago wasn't going to be the same squad. That's what I'm saying.
Huh.
They had lost their quintessential best player, even though Candace was one of their top players. But if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Courtney Vandersloot. But it's like across the league, you can see, okay, these girls over here in Vegas, they got a squad, and it was a squad. Now this year, the Liberty did the same thing that Vegas did. They like, okay, we're gonna put a squad together.
Yeah.
That's why
they're trying to get a super team. I get it. Yeah,
but they can't beat Vegas.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't like Holly Rowe saying this year's Aces team is the best WNBA team in WNBA history. That to me is a personal that's a foul, and that's an offense. And Holly, you good at your job.
They're just saying that.
No, Holly, you good at your job, and Holly is dope. And don't nobody probably know more about women's. There's only a few people that know more about women's basketball than Holly Rowe. But the Houston Comets would like a word. Houston Comets, to me, like them straight.
As soon as you say that, anybody who knows anything already know that. Ain't no way they could touch the Comets.
Ain't nobody fucking with them. But she said that, and she stood on it.
She's speaking on the way that the game has evolved, but still, in all, Vegas would have to win at least 2 more to even put them in the conversation with the Comets.
Right.
So, but people,
and I get why she's saying it, because the WNBA, the other teams are better now, because back then the Comets teams that they were playing weren't as good as the teams.
It ain't that. The Comets was just cold.
Yeah, the Comets. Matter of fact, them teams was good because them teams had stars on that shit.
Was
yeah, fuck that. And had the Liberty. The Liberty was cold. Had this Lisa Leslie, LA Sparks. Real talk, man. Yo, my girl Rebecca Lobo kicking that. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this: the WNBA. There's a great doc. You need to watch this motherfucker, Saki. It's on. You could probably find it on YouTube. It's on NBA TV, and I think you have NBA TV in Manitoba.
I don't pay for anything, but I have access to everything.
There it is.
Yes.
You need to look up, Google this last documentary. It was on the WNBA. It just came out. Might be the only one. And it's, I think it's like an hour, 2 hours long. The shit is good, and it breaks down how that league started. And man, you really get a good perspective.
Actually,
how dope that league was, and how it was just made up of just rosters of super female basketball players and ones that were past their prime, but they were just so fucking cold and they were so happy just to play in their own country. They jumped on and they were good.
To me, when they first started,
the
ABL was better. The ABL had better talent and better teams.
Not for real.
They didn't have as much backing.
I think
the WNBA.
Because I don't remember they talk about the ABL in this documentary.
They have to,
I don't
because
remember
they usurped the league
at all.
But what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. I used to watch the games. If the WNBA didn't have that push from David Stern, they wouldn't have survived.
No, of course not. Of course not.
But that's what I'm saying. The ABL had better talent and better all-around talent. It's just that they couldn't compete because you got the machine pushing the WNBA. But if it was just league for league, our ABL was better.
And you know what? You're right. And guess what the commissioner of the ABL, because he was in this doc, guess what he said would kill them? Not that, but guess what he said would kill them?
What?
Because they had a thing. The WNBA said, "Hey, you want to play in our league and other leagues too, and play overseas? Go ahead, do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. Make your money. Just make sure you come back to us." And they were like, "Cool, thank you." The ABL said, "No, you can only play for us." They had a, whatever that clause is. And when the commissioner said, "When we had that, that's what killed us." So, all right. So,
and what's wild is that's pretty much what they want now. They really only want to play in one league. They don't really want to go across seas.
No, they just do it because they have to.
Right.
Shit, and I feel so sorry for them. That's why poor BG had to go through that fucking bullshit. And a lot of them women are losing money now because they're not going over there no more.
What's my girl name from? She went from Seattle to Stewie and somebody else is starting a league for women to play in, so they don't have to go across the water.
Good. Well, I want to see how that go. All right. So
Breanna Stewart.
What do you think about this FIBA team, this USA basketball team? Because I'm gonna tell you like this. If I'm just gonna put it out there, I'm not bullshitting at all. If we send this FIBA team, I won't say FIBA because I don't give a fuck about FIBA. If we send this USA basketball team that we have now playing in this international tournament, if we send them to Paris to rep us for the world, we gonna get our ass whooped. This team is not that good. It's not. Convince me.
First of all,
like for real, bro.
They haven't played together yet.
Bruh.
Second of all, FIBA is better than the Olympics.
Why the what? Where's the sound of this?
Well, okay. You must not know about all the corruption within the Olympics.
There's no corruption in FIBA.
Not in
Have
FIBA
you ever
basketball.
heard of it? What's that dude's name?
Not in FIBA basketball.
What's the guy's name?
Not in FIBA basketball because it's FIBA basketball is fairly new.
Oh my god!
As far as this tournament.
Oh my god!
But as far as the Olympics is just a bunch of pomp and circumstance.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Okay, it just has a bunch of tradition behind it.
I'm gonna tell you like this: you ask any professional athlete, Saki, what do you think? What do you think to professional athletes that play across the world? What do you think is more important to them, to winning a FIBA Cup, FIBA games, or the fucking Olympics?
Well, it would depend on the athlete and what they want, right? For me, if I was getting played in my sport, it would be, I would prefer the Olympic medal.
Duh. I don't know where you get that from, and I think
the Olympics is overrated.
The Olympics is not overrated, but to the people, Justin, I'll ask my executive producer, if you were an Olympic athlete, what the hell? Why are you tripping, face bitch? What is it? If you were an Olympic athlete, what's your favorite sport? Baseball? Hockey? What's your favorite sport that you played back in the day? Yeah, curling. You said, no, for real. Give me a sport you would play for the Olympics. If it's curling, say that. But you just playing.
Dream team.
So what was your sport?
Also, he said hockey.
Hockey. So if you could do hockey in FIBA games, which are international games, or
hockey doesn't have FIBA. FIBA doesn't have hockey. Hockey has the World Championships.
All right. So what do you think professional athletes care about more? FIBA medals or Olympic medals? Which one do you think they want more?
I've never heard of FIBA.
Exactly. Which one do you think they want more?
The Olympics.
FIBA's worldwide too, but yeah.
See, but here's the thing though. What if you're a hockey player? And I know some people that would rather win a Stanley Cup that would rather win a gold medal.
Exactly. Exactly.
Same thing. With
exactly.
Like, baseball. There could be people that would rather win a World Series than a gold medal in the Olympics.
Yeah, baseball's in the Olympics. You think somebody won an Olympic gold medal over a World Series ring?
To be honest
Hell
with you,
no.
fuck no. They'd rather have that World Series.
You.
But I tell you one thing: you know what these baseball players are hyped for? They hyped for that World Baseball Classic. Them cats be wanting to win that shit.
In the World Baseball Classic,
that WBC,
the equivalent of like FIBA. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but that's
the price point.
Golf is an Olympic sport.
Yeah, but
would you rather have a gold medal in Olympic golfing, or would you rather win the Masters?
That you can say that
win the Masters because I'm getting fucking paid. That's what I'm saying. That's
boxing is an Olympic sport.
If you win a Stanley Cup, a World Series, whatever, you're getting paid. If you win a gold medal, you're getting your medal and whatever sponsorship.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You're a big hockey fan, right? You ain't getting shit. You're a big hockey fan.
No, go back to what you just said. No, don't skip. No, motherfucker, I ain't gonna let you skip. You just said boxing. And you make your name. You make your name in that sport by winning an Olympics as a boxer. So don't skip off that. Thank you for saying boxing.
Okay,
you ain't mean to say that. That shit backfired on your ass. Because you win an Olympic gold medal, you can write your ticket as a boxer, and you know this. Don't play with
you can win an Olympic gold medal and not do shit as a boxer.
This is America,
like Deontay Wilder.
Guess what? He wrote his goddamn ticket once he won.
And when he came against a real boxer, what happened?
That don't matter. Guess what? He got paid though. He got paid though.
He got paid.
He got paid.
He won in the Olympics and he wasn't shit.
So we knew Evander Holyfield and Sweet Pea Whitaker and Iron
Real
Tyson
boxers.
before the
Real
Olympics.
boxers.
No, we knew them without the Olympics across the country. We knew about Iron Mike, Sweet Pea Whitaker, and Evander Holyfield and all these brothers without the Olympics.
Some people did, yeah.
Hold on, just because you're talking real boxers, did you guys watch that?
Tripping now.
Also, Mike Tyson was known for what he did in the Olympics.
Yes, that's how he made his name
at
first.
Shit in the Olympics. What are you talking about? What Olympic team was Mike Tyson on?
He boxed and he was good. What you talking about?
What Olympic games did Mike Tyson fight in?
He did. Yes, he did. Did he fight it? Yes, he did.
When?
Wasn't it fucking 84?
Never.
Wasn't it 84?
Hell no.
It wasn't. You sure?
Terrell Biggs was on that team.
I'm pretty sure Mike Tyson never fought in the Olympics.
Yo, just Google that shit.
You don't have to. I just told you.
Did Iron Mike fight in the Olympics? I could have swore he fought.
How about we bet $500? That's how confident I am.
Take his money.
I'll bet my paycheck. I'll bet my upcoming paycheck. I know for a fact Mike Tyson never made an Olympic team.
I'll bet you $5. But anyway, again, in
you
America,
can bet $5.
and we
bet $5 Canadian dollars.
$5.
He was in the Junior Olympics. Thank you.
Junior Olympics.
And we used to watch the Junior Olympics. We used to watch that shit here. We used to watch that shit.
Junior Olympics is not an Olympic team.
But you know, in the 80s, we used to watch that. Don't front.
The Junior Olympics is not the same as making an Olympic team.
That's true. That's true.
Nobody says that.
That's 100.
Bro, well, here's the thing. If you're on the Junior Olympics team, it's not the same. But you're too young for the real Olympics. That's why you on that. People
talk about the Olympic team in '84.
If we would have made
Sweet Pea,
if we would have made that,
Mildred Taylor, Terrell Biggs, Evander Holyfield. That's why they don't bring up Mike Tyson. Because no one talks about the Junior Olympic team in '83.
If I would have bet, though,
that's like saying That's like saying the Team USA under-17 team in '96. Nobody cares about that shit. Yeah. You weren't even.
Yeah, but
Junior Olympics.
We used to watch Junior Olympics back in the day. You know we did.
Junior Olympics never came on TV.
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did.
Not in St. Louis.
Shit. I was like,
Saki still.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots or something. I know Junior Olympics.
All right, real quick. And I meant to say this before. All right, what else you got for? Okay, so tell me why. So this team that you see,
they are.
You see this team that's presently constructed.
They still have a good shot because
they could win the Olympics.
I don't care about the Olympics.
I don't give a fuck what you care about.
Because this is not going to be the team that's going to play in the Olympics.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
You can't go off that.
What if it is though? What if it was?
Okay, then this tournament will be a huge barometer. You can't go. You can't pass any judgment. Yeah. You haven't seen them play a scrimmage.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. In 2 weeks, when they go to Spain, and you'll see them play against Spain, and you'll see them play against another bum country. But once you see them play against Spain, then you can that'll be a huge test. And then you got 3 more games before the tournament. So once you get the chance to see these guys on the court together, then you can really pass a judgment because you got to find out who's going to be the go-to guy. Is it going to be Ant-Man? Is it going to be Bankero? Then you got Jaren Jackson on defense. You got Halliburton. You got a lot of young guys.
You got
that
a
can
lot
really
of
ball.
young dudes, yeah.
But then when you look at the rest of the
You
world,
also got my man from the Knicks too. You got Josh Hart and his boy. He's a closer. What's boy from the Knicks? The best player they got. The dude they just got from Dallas.
Brunson, yeah.
Yeah, they got Jalen Brunson.
Then you got guys sprinkled all over, playing for different countries.
Yeah.
But now, naturally, Greece is going to be tough. They're always tough because Giannis is playing. But who is it? Canada has an all NBA roster.
Hell yeah.
Australia has all NBA roster.
Does Australia have all that many NBA players?
Yes,
they do.
Yes,
NBA.
Yes.
Huh. Okay.
Remember, the Australian Basketball League is one of the top leagues in the world.
Huh.
They really are. But they got a lot of talent over there on that squad.
Huh.
And it's gonna be tough to finish in the top 4.
Who are you?
Because the world, the way basketball is played across the world.
Name me 3.
Well, who's in the top 4?
Right.
Who's in the top 4?
Top 4.
Greece, USA.
Greece is better than the U. Oh, you talking about in FIBA?
Yeah, in the top 4. Come on, you got Giannis and Greece keeps a nice squad.
Who does Greece have besides Giannis?
Nobody that would be known here.
The only thing else they got is his brothers.
You got to look at EuroLeague basketball. When you see European basketball, you'll see.
Name the top 4.
I would say Greece, USA, Spain, and Australia, and
Greece,
Canada.
USA, Spain, and Australia. Hey, Just. Oh, my bad. Look up the top 4 teams of FIBA. I want to see if Brown Google over here is right. I want to see if he. Oh, yeah. You can look it up. There you go. Boom. I didn't want to do that shit while I was doing the show. But what's the name? I don't know. I doubt that. But you could be right. But to me, name 3 Australian NBA players right now.
Patty Mills, Joe Ingles, Ben Simmons.
Oh, Ben Simmons don't count. He not NBA.
Yeah, that's the 3 NBA players that are Australian.
He not NBA.
That's like slow mo. Kyle Williams. He's playing for China because guys get to play for the country they were born in.
Okay.
Karl Anthony Towns is playing for the Dominican Republic.
Damn right. 2023. All right.
And you got to also you got to take into account that these guys for these international teams, they have been playing together.
And we all just put it up. Hey.
Whereas this Team USA is just being put together, and naturally,
your top 4 was pretty good, but the only one you were off on was Greece. You should have took Greece out. Your order is wrong, but you should have took Greece out, and you should have subbed it with Argentina.
Well, I didn't have any particular order. I was just naming 4.
I feel you. I thought you did, but anyway, I thought specifically that was it. But anyway, Spain, U.S., Australia, Argentina. Boom. That's what it is. And again, Greece ain't shit because they down at 9th. So, yeah.
Whoa. That's 9 out of how many countries, man? Think about it.
Yeah.
That don't mean they ain't shit.
The top 20. Top 20.
Think about it. If you 9th, that means you right outside the fucking semifinals.
Yeah, I guess. I feel you. All right, what was I gonna say? Last thing before we jump.
They do have Giannis.
Before we jump, they got him. But Giannis ain't trying to go hard. Giannis want to win a chip. He don't give a shit about that shit. That's what I'm saying.
What you think? If he didn't give a shit, he wouldn't be playing.
True, he cares. But do you think he cares enough to go hard in that mug?
Everybody already knows, man. You're a professional. You can't not go hard.
Man,
if you don't go hard, that's how you get hurt. Everybody know that.
Okay, well. Shit, Giannis is, and I don't know why Milwaukee. Well, we had it for Milwaukee because they're so good, but the expectations for them were way too high. I really hate how that organization just fired Bud out of nowhere, and I know they replaced him with a brother who's also an ex-player. So I think
the expectations too high. They just won a title,
but everybody was hurt. Your number 1 dude was hurt. Your number 2 dude was hurt, just coming off a damn major surgery. Like it was his first season back. It was just too much. It wasn't fair to them, and that roster ain't super deep, you know what I'm saying? But it's a good team. It's a winnable team if your guys are healthy.
Well,
and I think
I never liked Budenholzer as a coach. So.
Budenholzer showed me something. When they won that championship, he sold me something. When they were able to come back from being down 0-1, Phoenix had the home court advantage in that final, and they won in the way they won. They were dominant over Phoenix. Fuck out.
And look at every time Phoenix get put out, what happened? The same shit, blowout.
That's true.
They beat a team with no heart.
We didn't know that at the time. At the time,
And
we
since
was
then, it's
like,
been exposed.
at the time, Phoenix is
It's
ascending.
been well
Phoenix was supposed
exposed
to be that
since
shit.
then. That was the beginning. That was the beginning of the showcasing of them not having any heart.
You right. You sure right. Okay. Before we jump into the political talk, who are you most excited about going to the HOF, going to Springfield?
We're not really excited for one person per se, because I just like the aspect of all the different things. Because like Becky Hammond, she was great as a player, great as a coach. She's probably going to be the first women's coach to coach men. Then you got Dirk Nowitzki. I grew to respect Dirk. I didn't like Dirk for a very long time because he didn't play defense.
What
You know,
he did?
I don't like guys who don't play defense.
Shot too
But,
many threes.
He showed me something in 06 when they won, and then when he came back in 11 when they won.
He lost in 06 though. That's when Miami beat him.
The first time that they won.
That was 11.
2011. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
That's
Brown
when
Google.
I'm saying. That's when I really started getting some respect for him, because he really showed something during that playoff run. But
did.
he's been, and ironically, he's being presented by Jason Kidd and Steve Nash.
That's what's up. Maverick Nation, stand up.
Dwayne Wade, I don't even like saying D Wade anymore, because I think he doesn't get the respect of somebody actually saying his first name. I mean, I know that's his nickname, or the Flash, and the Flash is his nickname, but the man's name is Dwayne Wade, and put some respect on the man's name. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you see his highlights.
Right.
And I was just having a debate with somebody about the him versus Paul Pierce debate, and I ain't gonna get into that, but Paul Pierce.
Truth.
But D Wade, great player, one of the top 10 shooting guards of all time. I'm not gonna put him in the top 5, but
Good.
Where else did he play besides the Heat?
he played in Chicago, he played with Cleveland, and he went back to Miami. But Pop, let's give him Pop his due just for being a coach for a very long time, being a developer of players and of a system, being blessed to have some great talent and still cultivate it and coach it, and going up against the Lake Show like he did. He gets his props from me because, just being a coach myself. Pau Gasol, you're talking about one of the top 5 international players ever. That's how I look at Pau Gasol. Career renaissance was wasting away with the Grizzlies, but when he got to the Lake Show, got to give it up to him. He did his thing. When you win the respect of Kobe Bryant as a player, because we know how Kobe was as far as being like a descendant of Jordan, and when guys like that respect you enough to look at you as their peer on the court, because you know how it is when you're an elite superstar, not just a regular superstar.
Right.
You demand everybody else to get up to your level, and Pau Gasol actually did that. And,
Oh shit.
we lost the title to the Lakers because of his ass.
Right.
But just the whole historical aspect of the Hall of Fame and people getting inducted, I just love everything about it.
Right. And I always want to highlight this. This is something I'm going to start doing. I should have been doing this years ago on High Off the Glass, but every year we get a new class in there. And I'm going to take I was always trying to get up there for when GOAT went in and when Truth went in. I wanted to see Truth get in, but I think KG's already in, isn't he? Yeah, I miss KG too. And I miss Ivo. I really want to see Truth, Ivo, and KG go in, but when one of my next favorites goes in, I'm going to be there for that mug. I like to be in there. I almost like to even be there for when Bron go in. And Bron's not a favorite for mine, but just because he's historic. You know what I'm saying? I would love to be there for that. But when one of my next favorites goes in, I want to be there. But got to shout out to this list real quick. Like you said, 1976 Women's Olympic Basketball Team. They're presented by Ann Myers. She class in 93. And Nancy Lieberman. She's class in 96. Becky Hammond. She presented by Cheryl Swoops, my girl. Class in 96. Teresa Witherspoon. Class in 19. David Hickson, presented by Jim Calhoun, UConn Stand Up, 05, Calipari. Coach Cal doing double duty out this mug. Coach Cal, class of 15. Dirk being presented, as you know, by J. Kidd. And Nash, they both was 18. what is it? D Wade presented by the Answer. Ivo, ain't nobody better than that. That dude's so damn dope. Class of 16. Gary Blair. She's presented by Teresa Witherspoon. Van Chancellor, Witherspoon 19.
Oh, Van Chancellor, damn, that's the man.
Van Chancellor, class of 07. Gene Bess, presented by Chris Bosch, class of 21. Damn, Coach Cal, 3 people out this month. Coach Cal, 15, and Roy Williams. UNC. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's go. Tar Heels. Gene Cady, presented by Jerry Colangelo, 04, and Izzo. H to the Izzo, Michigan State stand-up.
Gene Cady was a great coach.
He was. Gene Cady was cold-blooded. And he was for, was it Indy?
Purdue.
Boilermakers?
Purdue,
yeah, Boilermakers. What is it? Pop. He presented by his people. Robinson 09, Manu 22, TD 20, and TP is presenting them. And TP is this year. Tony Parker.
Yeah, Tony Parker going in too. That's what it was.
Tony Parker presented by his boys, Manu 22 and TD 20. And we got Paul Gasol being presented by two Kukoc, 90s Bulls stand-up.
Strong international flavor.
21, that was dope. Kukoc was so fucking cold-blooded. It was stupid.
Germany, France, and Spain.
And this one right here don't make no sense. I'm going to shout this out too, Jess. I'm going to shout. I got you. What is it? This one right here is a shock to me. Why this man is just now getting in. Saki, you should know this. Saki, man, you know what, Saki, you may not know. Y'all don't have... Because up there, y'all have Sky Sports. Y'all don't have ESPN, do y'all? Y'all have that other
TSN.
shit. Yeah, they got TSN.
We have ESPN. We have both.
You did?
But it depends on your it depends on the package of what you have, right? Everybody has different shit.
Yeah.
You have satellite. If you have some, I don't think people have cable anymore. There's like some people there's still networks that do that shit, but
right.
Most people just stream shit off the internet now.
You're right. And my people in BC had ESPN too, but they mostly watch TSN. But here's the thing. This dude, how is this cat not in already, bruh? Jim Valvano, presented by Coach Cal, 2015. Coach Cal putting in some work this year for the Hall of Fame. But how is Jimmy V just now getting in? It's Jimmy fucking V.
That's because he had a very limited career. He's been gone a long time. I mean, true enough, you're
limited. What you mean limited? He won the championship.
Yeah, he won the championship in '83. It's not like they was like constantly in the Final Four, though.
But they were good, and Jimmy V kind of changed. Shit, he changed how mantra. He gave you a whole nother a positive sports mantra. This dude, changed how people donated to cancer. Like the way he won, like his chemistry with that team, his chemistry.
He won one chip, dog.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
It's not like he was in the Final Four every year,
bruh.
I'm not saying he don't deserve it, but it's not like
Jimmy V could have went in. I think he could have went in as a coach a long time ago, even though he only won one chip because of the illness. But also too, this dude could have went in as a damn broadcaster. He was dope as a broadcaster, bruh. Like, you remember him calling games?
But he didn't call games for a very long time.
But he did, man. Whenever he did. He only did that because of the illness.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is
he called enough games. And it was when him and Dickie V called college basketball games. You tell me a better duo than them motherfuckers. Think back. If you must not remember, did you not have ESPN?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, bro. Because when him and Dickie V called games, it was the most liveliest, hypest fucking.
There still was a third person. It wasn't just them two because they're both color guys.
Well, still, no. Yeah,
they're both color guys.
They're both color guys.
All I'm saying is,
still
the broadcasting career and the coaching career, they were not very long. It's not like he got like 800 coaching wins. He may have, let's say, between 400 and 500.
Okay, maybe that's why it took so long. Okay,
that's what I'm saying. You gotta have an extensive resume. Yeah. It's a lot of guys. He would have passed up. They would have been like, damn, wait a minute, hold up.
Yeah,
we know about the speech in '83. You running around and everything, but let's make sure that some other guys who deserve it, don't get in. You can't.
I'm gonna tell y'all, basketball fans out there, or just people that just want to hear a good underdog story and a really good underdog story. Watch the 30 for 30 called "Survive in Advance" about the 1983.
It was real nice.
North Carolina State Wild Pack. Like that team That team was dope as shit.
Now when you watch that
team was
when
crazy.
you watch that is
Matter of fact, I'm sorry, y'all. That team was not dope as shit. That team just played their best basketball at the most opportune time, and they beat teams they were not supposed to.
What I was just about to say was when you watch a documentary, that is the epitome of coaching that particular year. When you tell your squad from the beginning of the year, we gonna win, and they don't really know how,
right?
And that's what the statement means when they say a team will run through a brick wall for a coach.
Yes.
As a coach, you can't look at that documentary and not cry because
you ain't lying.
You seeing players who really love their coach. I tell people when you see a coach get doused with Gatorade, them players love that coach.
Yes, sir.
Especially in high school.
Yes, sir.
Especially in high school. There's nothing like a great relationship between players and their coach because when you are when they realize that you're just trying to get the best out of them, and that's when you got everybody on the team. They don't care. I don't care that I'm playing 20 minutes versus you playing 30 minutes. But I know when I get my 20, I'm going to get in. I'm going to do everything that coach want me to do, and then some. When you get that, then you get the 83 championship.
Bruh, like you nailed it perfectly, Coach. Like to me, and this is with college, this is with Pee Wee League, this is with high school, this is with middle school, this is with professionals, this is with World Cup teams, this is with whoever. It is so beautiful when you see a group of players, men, women, whoever, and all clicking and are on the same mindset, on the same beat. That's you can't stop that. Like that's 96 Bulls. That's the 2017 Warriors when they broke
Pat Summit.
That's Pat Summit. That's UConn.
The whole Tennessee basketball program while she was there.
That's the Pats when they was unstoppable for 20 years. When you just got everybody in on just one goal and all they can put out all distractions. There's nothing else there, and they can just focus on fucking winning. Ain't nobody fucking with that. Ain't nobody doing nothing with
eventually, that. Somebody always throws a wrench in it.
And
messes it up.
That's true, and that even happened with New England, the greatest dynasty. The only thing, it happens in music all the time. You got a group that's kicking everybody's ass, and nobody can fuck with them, and it just somebody gets a little greedier than everybody else, and then there you go.
Except the Locks and Outkast.
Well, Outkast don't even do music no more. Shit,
they don't have to.
Wish they do fucking music. Let me ask you something real quick, and we're gonna talk about this at a later date. I want your answer first. Outkast or Wu-Tang? Who's better?
Give me Outkast.
Wrong as fuck. Saki, who you got? Wu-Tang or Outkast?
Wu-Tang.
Thank you. That's my dude. That's why I fuck with this kid for a reason.
Okay,
fuck with him for a reason.
Y'all want to expound on or expand on that? I'm trying to
alone. Just sheer numbers.
For real, pretty much.
Sheer numbers.
I mean, to me, it's a whole lot more. But Saki, you mean like numbers of MCs in the group, right?
Yeah, definitely numbers. Yeah, definitely. Because if you take the two best out of Wu-Tang again and put them up against Outkast, I don't know who would you put up. Who would you take?
What two you gonna go with? What two you gonna go with? Meth and Ray, Ghostface and Deck. Who you gonna go with? Please tell me these two.
Method Man and Old Dirty. That's the
Method Man and Old Dirty is finna take out 3,000 and Big Boy. That's what y'all telling me. Method Man and Old Dirty.
I have never heard it like this before. This is so new. This is so new.
I want to hear this.
I have never heard this. I've heard this conversation before. I have had this. Okay, and shout out. I just want to let everybody know why this is a perfect segue. September 23rd, y'all make sure y'all come out. Cola Lounge, Southside, St. Louis, Cherokee. We are having September 23rd. We are having the 50th anniversary of Hip Hop Trivia Contest and Karaoke night. Make sure y'all come out. There will be prizes for both. You come out and show your ass, and if you know hip hop, you need to be out there. And this right here, I've heard this argument before. I just go group, but my man just said take the two best MCs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Who do you take? Because that's what I'm saying. That's the top of my head. That's what I'm saying. Because there's still so many you can choose from just alone.
Right. Okay, look, I'm gonna say it's 9 MCs, right? Because it's really 10, but I'm not taking Donna. I'm not taking Kappa at all. So like it's 9 MCs that I got to choose from. So what are we talking about though?
Is it really 9 though?
It is 9.
No, because you're not gonna take Master Killer. You're not gonna take You God.
What you mean, Master Killer nice? Don't get me fucked up. Master Killer nice and You God is nice.
And neither one of them can fuck with Big Boy.
I'm just saying they nice.
Neither one.
No, but hold up.
Now you're arguing semantics. You just got to say anybody under the woo is woo. So
yeah, so for real, and
if you went with go with Master Killer and You God.
No, just go with them too. No, hold up, go with them too. There's parameters with this. Like, are we just flowing? Is it a theme? Like,
we just need 2 MCs.
That's what I'm saying.
That's gonna fuck with Big Boy and 3000.
Yeah, because look, you don't know You God at Master Killer. You don't know You God at Master Killer like that. You don't know.
I know they can't fuck with Dre and 3000. Dre and Big Boy.
You don't know Baby D.
I know they can't mess with them two at all. It ain't even close.
You don't know Baby D.
It ain't even close.
Shit. Okay, look, I'm gonna go. Fuck.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
this ain't just
2v2. OutKast is probably gonna win, but just Wu-Tang versus Cast. Obviously, Wu-Tang is gonna win just because it's sheer numbers.
Even if it's 2 MCs, these 2 MCs will either beat Cass or be right there with them. To me,
they'll be right there with them. They ain't beating them.
Shit.
Can you look up who got made more money between Under the Wu label and OutKast?
I ain't going by money. I don't give a fuck about that.
Because OutKast went diamond on one album.
And you don't want to do that, and we're not going to go there because if we're doing that, it's automatically Wu-Tang because who's put out more stuff? Who's put out more music? It's obviously Wu.
They had one album go diamond. One album went diamond.
Who?
OutKast. One album alone went diamond.
I know fucking 36 Chambers and Forever have done that. What you saying?
36 ain't went diamond.
You trying to say that? So you're saying
you can look it up right now.
You said 36 Chambers have not gone multi-platinum.
I said diamond.
Diamond is what, 10 times
10
platinum?
million.
Okay. Let's get to looking.
10 million? I would definitely say that 36 Chambers sold 10 million copies by now.
For real? Like, come on.
I mean, shit. I bought 5 copies of that shit myself.
Yeah, I mean, easily over like I lost one. Got to get another one. Lost one. Got to get another one. How I get back to the? Can you look it up? You got a whole computer. I got a fucking studio going on over here. You can't look it up now. Like shit.
Did 36 Chambers?
Yeah, there you go. So I'm gonna say like this: my 2 MCs while you looking that up, and I don't know who to pick all the way, but and this may change day to day.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
this may change day to day. It can't change with Cass. Say, what'd you say, Saki? What'd you say?
I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, I'm saying like it depends on the vibe, right? Because like I said, right now I'm feeling Old Dirty. I don't really feel Method, but I've always loved Old Dirty just because of his raw style. And
right. And I'll be honest with you. Here it is. Old Dirty is that outlier that I don't think neither one of them could fuck with. I don't think 3,000. I don't think 3,000. I don't think 3,000 or Big Boy could fuck with him because he will hit you with some shit in a freestyle that you like. It'd be hard for you to come back with, or it would take you a little minute. And he would sing on your ass, and he would sing rap, and then would kill you too. But so
Old Dirty over Andre 3000.
But here's the thing. I think I would go. If I'm just trying to murder shit, look, I'm just trying to murder shit, right? And I ain't got time to fuck around with you. I'm not trying to play. I'm going Ray and Meth. That's it.
Ray and Meth
would just because I ain't got time to play because you can fuck around and win this. I'm going Ray and Meth, and that's it. Ray and Meth will kill it. Or Ray and Jizza. If I throw Ray and Jizza, it'll be over real quick.
First of all, if you're picking 2, you cannot leave Method Man out. So you're gonna have to just pick Method Man and somebody else.
Old Dirty.
Point blank.
No, I gotta have Ray. I gotta have Ray.
Then you gotta be Ray then, because you're not gonna pick 2 from Wu-Tang and pick Meth.
All right, so I go.
That's all I'm saying.
I can go. Have you not heard?
I've heard everybody.
Do you not know Genius?
I was gonna say you haven't even mentioned the Jizza's name once.
I just said it
just now.
I just said it. Shit.
But
so yeah,
ODB.
I think I go Ray and Jizza. Huh?
They not passing a Big Boy.
Are you even looking up the records?
I'm trying to find. I'm on it, but I don't see anything where it says they went diamond.
Look it up. Show me that.
I'm on the Wikipedia page right now.
All right, so last portion of this show before we wrap today. Main reason why I wanted to bring my boy Saki back on. Saki, I meant to get some clips from your girl. It goes deep with him too, Coach. From I wanted to get some clips from your girl Candace Owens and your boy Ben Shapiro, and just wanted to put them up in front of you and just be like, explain this. But like, we know the overall sentiment of
Okay. I also want to say you're putting me on the spot here because I don't know all of their videos.
I know, but we know that
be a first time reaction here.
Right. So let me finish because I'm not gonna say you subscribe to everything they've ever said, but we know the sentiment of what those people believe in. They're super conservative, and to me, not to me, basically conservative, especially ultra conservative. Here in this country, and I think it's the same way. I'm not sure. I believe it's the same way in Canada. I'm not all the way sure. But down here, bruh, when you're ultra conservative, you're ultra. We are anti people of color. We are 100% for corporations, and we are not for what is it called? What is it called when people work together? What's it called? Coach, when you got what's it? A company you start and it's like it's a group of people. It's not a corp. What's that called?
Like crowdfunding?
No, close. What's the other something?
I mean, you talking about like an investor group?
Yeah, no. Anyway, co-op. They are anti-co-op. They are anti. They are anti-grassroots. Conservatives are none of those things. Which is so funny to me that you would prescribe to those people because you seem like you're for those things. You're not for any of those things.
Okay, then what do you describe as democratic?
Democratic, to me, is what, if you look up the definition literally of democratic is.
No, I'm not saying definition. I'm not saying definition. I'm saying what do you? Because I'm saying you describe. That's how you would describe Republicans, right? Because that's who kind of that's the Republican side,
right?
So, what would you say? How would you describe the Democratic side?
The Democratic side, I would describe as what the word means and what they do. Like you literally see it; it's night and day. Now, granted, there's dirty ones on both sides, right? But the whole mantra of the Democratic Party is to have things to help the little guy, to help middle class, to help folks, not things that are supposed to help the rich. That is what the middle class has. Like you'll have Marjorie Taylor Greene, this crazy chick from Georgia. I think she's a House representative. She's a rep, and she's listing all the things that Biden is doing, and those are all things that help us. Like literally, and that's you. She's using that in the speech to render support on her side, which is none of those things. Like not to strengthen healthcare, not to strengthen child care services, not to strengthen Medicare, not to strengthen infrastructure needs across this country. Like she's against doing those things. Those are things that help you and I. So that's what Democrats. That's what Democrats are to me now. They don't all do this, but if you look at on the ones on the highest level, their thing is to get things passed to help us. That's their thing.
3 times platinum.
3 times platinum? For real? It's not diamond?
That's why I've been shaking my head over it. Like I can't. Every time I see it's like 3 million. I'm like, this can't be right.
Yeah.
It's only been 3 million copies though.
For
Enter the Wu-Tang.
Huh? No, that ain't right.
Okay, it's just been reported in all these different places. Everybody has the same wrong information.
It's a fucking conspiracy, man. We're gonna call this one out right now.
But actually, I noticed about that particular album that even though Wu-Tang got a gang of fans, and they do have fans, I ain't gonna say worldwide. We just talking about nationwide. Enter the Wu-Tang, though, that's a straight East Coast album. You gotta be somebody that love East Coast to really, you know what I'm saying?
You think so?
Into the Wu-Tang is super East Coast album.
No, that's
Stop.
an international album.
Stop it. That was 1990. That was 1993, 95 through 93 through 95 in the city of New York. That's a super East Coast album.
That's not true.
Stop it. You know it is.
Hold on.
So would you say? Would you in that same respect say that a Tribe
Called Quest? What I mean is this:
East Coast albums.
Say it again.
What about a Tribe Called Quest?
That's an East Coast album. The first two,
It's East Coast group.
Midnight Marauders is more of a more national album. But getting back to that Wu-Tang thing though,
Yeah, go back.
when I go back to 93 through 95, they even talk about it right here on the Wikipedia page about the influence of that album. And most of the influence and part of the revolution was bringing back the East Coast, because the West Coast was running it since like 88 through 92 with the rise of NWA, Ice Cube, Dre, Snoop. 88 through
Slow down. What you talking about running it? When that's the golden era of hip hop. When you had Rakim,
West Coast with
Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, LL, Kool Moe Dee,
make it
all them
89.
cats doing they shit. Slow down. What you say? Yeah,
because that's when
get
Straight
your
Outta Compton
years
came
right,
out.
my dude.
That's when Straight Outta Compton came out. 89.
I hear you.
From 89
I
through
hear you.
93, the West Coast had it on lock.
From who? From
Nationwide, the West Coast had taken over.
Yeah.
You was on the East Coast. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I know that. Yeah, they should.
That's why it was such a big deal
when
Wu came back, because it was like, damn, they bringing the East back.
Exactly, and they brought the East back, and they brought the East back on the national stage. For you to say that,
But it
36
still was
Chambers,
an East Coast album.
that
was an East, just like Me Against the World is an East Coast album.
When you say East Coast album, what? When you say East Coast album, do you mean it just blew up on the East?
I don't mean that it just blew up on the East. To people who people who really like West Coast music, to people who really like down south music,
Yeah.
they didn't really get into Wu-Tang. That's why it only got 3 million sales.
First off, if you're only going off of Wikipedia it can be edited.
I'm not only going off Wikipedia.
Okay.
I've been on 3 or 4 different sites, and
Okay.
they all showing the same thing.
All right, well, don't use Wikipedia.
But what I'm saying is this, because I know for a fact, I got people that I'm cool with.
Yeah.
That don't listen to East Coast for real.
Yeah.
But they know I listen to East Coast.
Yeah.
Because that's where the foundation came from.
Yeah.
So it's like I never strayed away from it.
Yeah.
But here in St. Louis, it was a lot of people that didn't really mess with East Coast.
True,
like that.
you're right.
And they gravitated more toward the West Coast.
I get it. You're 100% correct. And I said, trust me, I've been here for 22 years. It's bullshit. I know. I've been in different parts. I've been in different parts of this country. I get it. But the one thing that you don't get, and that you're kind of missing, is that it may not have been like their first record may not have hit everywhere like it hit on the East Coast, right? But it was still a smash record and a smash hit record, because no matter where you are in the country, South, West Coast, whatever, Alaska, you're gonna have Wu-Tang fans. And guess what? If them motherfuckers come close to the vicinity where you at, guess who going? Like, bro, I'm just telling you.
But it wasn't like that.
And guess what? St. Louis may have been a little behind with Wu-Tang and East Coast shit, which they kind of are. But guess what? When East Coast motherfuckers come here, guess who comes the fuck out? St. Louis. Because I've been to the pageant, stupid pack. For Nas, I've been there for Wu, stupid pack. You ready? Want me to rap? Want me to rap? All right. So look, it's been like that. You know what I'm saying? So shit.
It grew to that.
It
grew to that, trust me.
It grew to that, but trust, there was reason why them cats have been coming here for shit. They've been coming here since the 90s and selling out shows. So I'm just saying. But to bring it back to what we were talking about, so that's what Saki I look at as a Democrat. What is wrong with that?
That was a huge turn, man. We went into some hip hop shit there.
Right. I forgot he was even talking about that shit.
We was.
So I was like, what? What were we talking about?
as we all three of us know, Coach don't want to talk about that, but we gonna get it in before this episode over. We gonna get it in.
He forgot the question.
Oh, did you forgot the question?
He just said it.
I was just saying, like, we just spent the last little bit talking about hip hop. So
yeah.
Back to the political point. Okay, where am I going here? What?
I'll bring it back to it. You were saying that what is it? What was it?
He talking to the dog.
You were saying that you asked my I gave you my view of a conservative, ultra conservative. You gave me your view of and then you asked for my view of a Democrat. Do you remember me breaking that down?
Yep, I got you.
Okay, so what is wrong with a Democrat, a party that is supposed to be for the people?
Say that again.
What is wrong with the Democrats, a party that's supposed to be for the people?
Well, I don't know why you're saying that the Republican Party wouldn't be for the people.
Because they aren't historically, well, let me not say historically, in their recent future, in the last 50 years since Nixon, they have been for corporations. That is what they have supported, and what has supported them, and rich white people.
Okay. So that's why you're saying, for me it's it's bad for me to say that I would vote conservative if I was in America, because historically conservatives are for rich white people and corporations, and they don't care about people.
Pretty much. And I don't think you're either of those things. I'm not sure if you're white. I thought you was native. What are you, Saki?
I'm AT.
Huh? Yeah, you native, right? Yeah, you native
Yeah,
Canadian.
I'm Aboriginal.
Yeah, so we talking about. So you're neither of those things. You would be, and there's people down here that do it. Trust me, and Latinos do it in Florida. African Americans, white people, white women, they vote in some. They vote for something that goes against things that will help them. They literally do it. But if you do that,
what's a white person? I don't want to sound stupid and ignorant, but when you say white person, which exactly are you? Just like calling all Italians, grouping all Italians and Russians together? Are you like throwing like what's a white person?
That what you just said, yeah, that's what it is.
Just
down
Russians
here.
And Italians.
Yeah, that's
so like
all of it. Why don't y'all? What do y'all call them up there?
Well, I don't call anybody white. I think that's kind of a, I don't know. I don't call anybody white. I usually find out where they're from, and then I call them from where their country is. So it's like, I wouldn't call you black or white or any other ethnicity. I would call you American because you're from St. Louis. So I'd be like, oh, he's American.
True. And that's how. Yeah, foreigners.
And it's a funny thing too, because I have a lot of friends from overseas, and it's only America and like North America that does it.
Yep.
That calls you out by what color you are.
Yep.
Everybody else in the whole world will call you by what you are.
Yep.
American, Australian.
You're right.
You're right. German, yada yada yada. I'm the same way. I don't call people by what color they are, because who the fuck cares? Does it matter? No, but it matters to me if you're from Germany opposed to if you're America, because then I can greet you differently. If you're from France, I can say bonjour. If you're from somewhere else, I can speak. If you're from down south, I can say salut. Wherever you're from.
That's the difference between, like you said, how this country historically has done everything to be divided by race. Mm-hmm. And that's a great point that he made, and I was already had that thought kicking around in my head. I'm glad he said it, as far as just how other countries they don't look at you from a racial aspect. They just look at you. You're an American. You're
true.
An ugly American or a good American. But this, and it just gives a small snippet into how it really has been for us in this country, because it's just been it's so foreign to you to call somebody by their race. It's so ingrained in us to look at somebody by their race. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what?
Because we don't know.
Well, it's different for me because I go from both sides, right? Because I'm fucking pasty white. So most people just assume that I'm white. So I've been into places where people just assume I'm white, and the shit that they say is fucking pretty crazy. I don't want to get into that shit, but yeah, it goes both ways, because at the same time, when I'm out with other people, the way that they talk the same way, they always say white people, but they always just throw that into a category of everybody. They don't actually throw it towards, because I hate to say it like that. What's that movie by Matt Walsh? What is a woman? That movie got me thinking, okay, so what is a woman these days? Especially with the whole transgender thing. Okay, so then to me, it's the same way. So what is a white person? Because as soon as you say white, it's automatically assumed that this person is racist, hateful, blah, 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 blah. And that's always associated with the word white. But as soon as you say, okay, what if the Germans or Italians, or, from the Czech or from South America or South Africa, any place that's not just white, but, they are Caucasian. They are pale skin. Like, what about the people from Sri Lanka? They're they're pale skin too.
Right.
So I'm saying like, what is white? So that's what I'm saying. Like, is that's a category name that can be thrown around. That's I don't want to say hateful, but it is there's a lot of stigma around the word white nowadays, and that's kind of fucked up. And I'm not saying that just because I'm I'm not even a white guy, you know. Like I say, I'm AT, but because of my pale skin, I see it from all sides, and I observe it from both sides, like from the environment and everything else that's around me.
Yeah.
So it is kind of a question that should be asked. So what is white? Because like I asked that earlier, and the first thing you said it was associated with a conservative, I guess you would say. Like that's normally, like you say, like that hateful thing goes straight to like whatever people. But it was actually, it was funny because it's the Democratic Party that founded the KKK. That's a super racist fucking party. It's the Republican Party, it's the conservatives that freed the slaves, and that shit that's not taught, but that shit that's true, and that's a stigma that's quite opposite of what white is. That's why it's hard to voice your opinion nowadays because people take shit so differently, and it's hard to put your words in a clear sentence because it can be dissected and twisted and thrown back in you in a different way than what shit actually is.
Right. I want to go back real quick. You said that you can be in circles or it seemed like, let me make sure I heard you correctly. Because you said a lot right there, and I want to unpack everything you just said.
He's hearing racist comments from both races.
Exactly. Is that what you hear? You hear that?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to say both races because that's a wrong stigma too. What's both races? Which two are those? Because I know a shit ton of races.
What are you talking about? Then? Be specific. You hear racist comments from like different races because people think that you're. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Especially because when people find out that I'm AT, right? Then they'll always assume, okay, this guy's not whitey. So then they'll start talking shit about white people, and they'll always throw that in a group together.
Right.
But when I'm say the same thing when I'm around, I don't want to say a group of white people, but there are certain white people that you can see that are known to be racist. I don't want to say where they're from, but definitely the Southerners have shown a very racist side. People from Arkansas are fucking extremely racist. That's probably the most racist state I've ever been in when I was traveling in America.
Really country.
Fucking, I don't want to say Alabama was racist because
yes, it is.
It is.
Alabama's racist as shit.
Yeah.
And being from Canada saved my life. When I was delivering a clock, I don't know if I told you the story, guys, last time, but yeah. Being white quick, saved and from Canada, I think saved my life, and actually being AT saved my life from fucking when I was in Alabama.
We got 4 minutes left in the show. If it's a quick story, go ahead and drop it.
I guess I can break it down. Yeah, basically, I was delivering grandfather clocks for my dad in Alabama. We were driving around, and we were trying to find some off beaten path road or whatnot to go drop off a grandfather clock.
Oh yeah, you did say that last show. You said that last show.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that. If y'all want to hear that story, go to the last show. Okay.
Yeah, go to the last show.
Go to the last one. All right. Look, one thing I wanted to bring it back to, and I like how your honesty, how you hear it from all sides. But one thing I wanted to say, yes. The Republican Party, Abraham Lincoln, yes, he's the one who signed the Emancipation Proclamation. But the Emancipation
and he was shot by a Democrat.
Yep. Well, I don't know if John Wilkes Booth was a Democrat. I don't know about that. But anyway,
he was a Democrat.
I did not know that. Here's the thing. Abraham Lincoln did not do that to help black people. If he did that to help black people, African Americans that were enslaved by ancestors, each of us would have got our 40 acres and a mule that we were supposed to get. The majority of us did not get that. And we had to sharecrop, which basically meant once you were free, first off, you didn't know you were freed until 2 years later. That's number one. Then number two, when you became free, you couldn't afford to go anywhere because you weren't given the things to be able to take care of yourself. So you still were indebted. So you still were stuck. So you weren't really free. That's number one. And number two, he only did it to keep the country from breaking apart. It was a civil war going on. He said, this is a quote from Abraham Lincoln, "If I could not free the slaves and keep this union together, I'd do it. If I could only free some of the slaves and keep this union together, I'd do it. If I could not free any of the slaves and keep this union together, I'd do it." He would do whatever he could to keep America together. He used African Americans in slavery as a political football. That's
Where did he say that?
That's a quote. That's a quote by him. He said it back when this was going on. This is a quote from Abraham Lincoln.
Where's the quote though? Like, where can I find that?
Look online. You can find it anywhere. I promise you'll find that. Just look for Abraham Lincoln quotes having to do with slavery, and also too with the Ku Klux Klan. That was a group of angry white men in the state of Indiana. That's what that was. If their political party back then probably was Democrat, but that has completely flipped. It's like that. Some
I don't know if that was their political party, but that they were funded. The reason that they were able to travel and do the shit they did was from Democratic dollars.
I hear you, but what I'm saying is everything is cyclical. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things, especially in American society, they change over time. There's things that were taboo. Hell, the number one thing right now we all about it is cannabis. Cannabis used to be so taboo in this country. Less so in yours, but you know how it was down here in this country. It was super taboo, but the love of it, people still did it any damn way. And now look at this, the barriers are coming down, and we still have barriers because it's still not federally legal in the United States of America yet. It's just only state to state, or as you would say, province to province. So it's just you can't say, okay, they used to be good, but now they're not. They used to be good, so they're still good. That doesn't work for political parties, especially the GOP and the Democrats. The Republican Party, name I just said, GOP, that stands for Grand Old Party. That was for the white men that wrote this Bill of Rights that we had, which called African Americans, Saki, not whole people. We were property, bruh. We were property. This is
we've seen that,
like you're saying, but you just said it yourself. Things changed. That was way back in the day. Now it's 2023.
We've seen that. I'm glad you brought that last part up about the THC. Before we go, who got the best weed in Canada?
Who has the best weed?
Where's the best weed at in the whole country? Or you can go top 5.
Well, I would only say BC and Manitoba, but Manitoba's import, so we get all our shit from everywhere. So
okay.
I would say Manitoba's the best. The best grown is probably definitely grown in BC, but I know some fucking bomb ass places here. Like all the weed that I get from the Dirty 30s, like all this shit, and from the Concierge collection, that's BC,
hold that bag up again.
But this bag is 204. This is 204. This is local because 204 is our area code. But I've got some.
Oh, so they don't ship here?
I honestly have no idea. I don't ever actually buy my shit online or not. I can drop a bunch of links of Canadian sites, but I don't know if they actually ship to America.
All right, if you want, text them to me, or put them on. Send them to me on Twitter. I'll put them out.
Honestly, my guess would be no, because I know the border restriction laws are
right.
fucking harsh.
That was a dumbass question. I don't know why I said that.
Or we got all them scammers that be on fucking Twitter trying to send you shit overseas.
I got detained at the border in Windsor. It was super funny.
I did in Washington. In Washington State, I got held up at the border. It was crazy. Yo, Saki, this was dope. I want to have you back, man. We didn't even get to dive into this shit for real. Like, this shit was really good.
We never get to dive into anything.
Political wise, you know what I'm saying? Because hell yeah, we didn't get to do that. I just want to say too, the best bud I have ever had in my life was in the state of Washington, close to Seattle, Tacoma, Seattle bud, Washington State bud, and British Columbia bud. That is the greatest bud I've ever had in my life. So I just want to say that. Yo, Saki, tell the folks where they can find you, bro.
Find me on Twitter at Solanecro, and the greatest bud I ever had was called Pooh Bear, Winnipeg strain.
Yeah. Bet. And you on IG? Same. What's your deal on IG?
I believe I'm either a Ruku Saki or Solar Necro. Same thing. Hit me
Yeah,
up.
it's a Ruku. It's a Ruku on there. That's why I couldn't find you. And you're not on Facebook, right?
That's Family Book.
Okay, yeah, Family Book. Yeah, okay, yeah. So you know, damn right, I feel you. Yo, Coach, where can the people find you, my brother?
Right now, you can find me floating amongst the stars.
Damn right.
It's the new and untouchable.
Coach is too cool and too old for social media, so it's all good. Yo, this my name is OThaGreat. This was amazing. Thank you, Coach, for coming down. Saki, thank you for being a guest.
Cloud matter on the bottom of my shoes.
Keep hooping, keep smoking. I don't know what you're talking about. Peace.
That's how it is. Cloud matter on the bottom of my shoes.
I don't even know what you meant by that. Saki, yo, this was dope, man. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man. Hells yeah. Thanks for having me.